documents that I sent over regarding people.
You threw it in the meeting chat, Kevin?
Yeah. Is it easier to use Slack? Should I use Slack instead?
I don't see it on the chat here, so yeah, if you don't mind, that'd be awesome.
Slack. All right, I did it through Slack, don't you?
Cool. Yeah, I got her now. Got her now. And you were asking about the profit and loss detail?
Yeah, and so like just what you're looking at right there, is I mean maybe it's not perfect, but is this reasonably accurate? The
It
decline
should
in
be.
revenue. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Anything that doesn't make sense or is, jumping off the page or anything, once Max joins in, we should definitely ask him about it because he would have been the one that created this based on the client data. So they imported this from whatever financial system they're using, probably QuickBooks, and then peeled out the balance sheet, the profit and loss, all that fun stuff. However, I do recall, I don't remember which call it was, Gail, who I believe does most of the financial and accounting stuff, expressed some pretty significant concerns around accuracy of the financial statements. She quoted the balance sheet as being quote unquote honestly wrong. I'm not real sure. It's like an oxymoron to me, but you can honestly be wrong.
All right, got it.
No, she said something like she didn't have a great confidence in her understanding or knowledge of the just whole accounting system and capability to reconcile at the month. I believe right now they're doing a hybrid cash to accrual model, if I remember correctly. They probably need to pick one or the other, preferably accrual would be my guess.
To your point, there's really no hybrid model. It's either once you do one accrual, you're in the accrual method. So
Yeah, I think they're posting cash in some places in accrual and others, and so it's creating this like
yeah.
mismatched approach on documentation. I know they don't have a aging report, either AR or AP, that they're currently leveraging today. So that's probably something we'll have to identify and figure out how we can implement fairly quickly. While we wait on Max, I guess we might as well look at the top part that we should do before a call. This is just all basic background information. So revenue trends over the last 3 years, they're virtually flat, 4.5 to just shy of 5 million in that 3-year timeline. So pretty well flat growth across the board. However, their labor is upticking and the materials are down ticking. So the materials, from what I recall, they implemented some kind of rock crushing service and recycling that has reduced their material costs, which is a good thing that they're trying to find some outside influences to reduce costs, but they seem to just be turning around giving away in labor. See anything else highlighted? marketing, Mr. Jeff, they're using less than 1% of revenue today. But the PRD recommended a 3%. So triple. Sure, you're going to be really excited about this mass influx of cash we're going to have to figure out how to get to. So, yeah, they have no cash. They're like 1.23 is their sustainability ratio, which is atrocious. Carlos and Patricia have better sustainability, 1.23.
Basics, you know.
You're unmuted, so I don't know if Adam can hear what you're saying or not. He's got his
So
big headphones on.
it's gonna be on the basic, getting the basics plan, like a website and brand standards and CRM tracking before we can unleash the beast. Because we can't spend money if we can't track it.
I agree. Are they on any CRM or in the process of implementation of any?
I don't believe so. Actually,
So
hold
they
on,
haven't been sold scale.
hold on. Who is this again?
Bloom.
Blue? Hold on. Blue, they're all, they were sold scale, but they're not interested in using it. So, it's gonna be very basic stuff.
So they're paying for it, but they're not going to use it. So they should cancel it. That'll save some money, right?
I wanna talk to them about
Got
it, cause if they have to hire a consultant, that's gonna cost $5,000, they don't really have the money. And they work mostly off bids, so I think we need to focus on getting them bids. So if revamping their website, get some messaging. And I think once we get some money coming in, then we can use scale. I think they can spreadsheet it in the interim, whereas Carlos and Patricia have more of an active customer base that's variable, where they need it
Right.
more.
That makes sense. What else was jumping out?
What is it?
Their job costing looks ridiculous. In terms of consistency. Like I don't see consistency in margins in the handful of contracts that I pulled up. Like, they're very all over the place, and there should be.
I think it's all
Ranges?
bids. I think it's bids. And I think they purposely go for the lower bid to get the contract, what I understand. And they also can't retain employees either. I don't know if
Yes.
that's normal for construction or not.
My construction
It
is
is.
generally a very high filter.
I said it, yeah, that's fairly normal. So, do we get, did they send over any of their project data to us at any point? Like, do we collect any of that?
They should have, if we go into the asset library, there should be. I don't remember which one it would be under. One of these have got client level data, like customer, I guess is what they would call them. I don't know why this is taking so long. Let's see.
It's because I'm new.
Okay.
It's in here somewhere. We'll find it. It's red flag.
I mean, at least now you see that.
Mr. Orchard.
Did you identify, like, what about that? You feel that? That's what's going on.
Top customer.
Well, this is good. I'm liking this.
So here's their top residential clients.
All right.
So yeah, we will get
We don't necessarily
some
have like,
level data.
well, I would call work order data. Or project level data. Okay.
There are bids in here somewhere because I looked at a few. Jobs, what lost, maybe this is it.
Ooh, ooh, I like this. Okay, this is good.
It shows the ones and lost, but it doesn't
Yeah.
show margin level, like there was actual like contracts for bids in here somewhere. That I looked at, cause that's where my commentary on their margins were goofy. Came from. Just the base, trucking snow, but this 2021 through May of 24. This person owes us $130,000. As of May, hopefully they paid us since then, but 3 years checks received. It's just their payments. Option, I already looked at. Our purchases. This is a bid.
All right, here's a quote. This is what they would hand it to a customer.
Yep.
Maybe the computer ease tab has more details.
Like it's abnormal.
Yeah. it's
This
got
is most
material.
familiar with this. Okay, so what is computer ease?
I think
I know
it's
mostly-
their terminology, probably.
I know it's a contracting estimating software. Got it. And it's a Deltek one. That's how they're using their system. Got it. Okay.
It looks like they're bidding, for the most part, 25% markup
So they're
on
using
almost
Deltek.
everything. Which I don't think is industry standard. You feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
I
there.
don't. In residential, I'm not it's commercial. I have a lot more expertise. Residential, I live in a house. It's about all I know.
I want to say it's higher than 20. I think that goes to your point, Jeff, that they're going for the low bid, trying to win versus trying to win by making money. Schedule, what's the difference between quantity? On mobilization 548. Like, I don't understand the difference between these two types.
So I'm just asking this question, not trying to start anything. Is this something the platform team would have reviewed, or is this more of our role to review this?
They likely reviewed it in terms of what are you using today? Depending on the conversation, occasionally the platform team will advise you should do this instead. But generally it is, they are collecting data to read out where their areas of opportunity are versus you should fix. Now, that's not across the board statement by any means. Like there's a lot of times that there are some level of implementation that occurs during the platform process. Generally speaking, it's just give me your data. Let me ask a bunch of questions to make sure I understand it so that I can understand where your areas of opportunity are and how much you can grow. And then I spit out to you a deliverable that says this is what you should do to fix. And by doing so, you should see X number of return. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Max just sent another message and said his call is going significantly over and he's requesting to reschedule this call. So I will have to see where timing is opening to him, but we do have the time. So Adam, feel free to ask any questions you might have. I know you haven't had a ton of time to peruse over this, but anything you may have curiosity around.
So I don't know if either one of you, do you guys want to just swing around to my screen? Might be easier to look at.
Yeah.
I guess we could get off the call. We just want to talk to each other.
Sure. I'll end it and I'll find an opening on his calendar to reschedule.